Prabhu, who will be sharing the nectar from the Transcendental prayers of Srila Prabhupada in the Jaladudaship. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, over to you Prabhuji.
All right. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Miritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulangayate Girim Yatravatamaham Vande Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Chaitanya Yeshwaram. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving me an opportunity to be with you all. As Prabhupada says that Sadhu Sangha is very, very important. Sadhu Sangha can be of many types. It can be Sadhu Sangha, it can be Shastra Sangha, it can be Dhamma Sangha, it can be Seva Sangha. So many Sanghas which contribute towards strengthening one's conviction towards the service of Guru and Krishna is very much welcome. So among the various of Sanghas, Sadhu Sangha is most important because where you are personally or consciously with a person who is a sadhu, who is a realized person, who can always carry you together and constantly he can guide us. Whereas other sanghas also contribute, but nevertheless, your own endeavor on those things are more required. Whereas sadhu sangha is, we are under shelter of the parent. So anywhere any mistake is done, then he corrects us. So sadhu sangha, Lord Chaitanya says, sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kya lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi hoya. So having an acharya like Srila Prabhupada under his shelter, what else gift we all want from this world or from Krishna? Everything Srila Prabhupada has given us. So we have nothing else to ask Srila Prabhupada, give us more service or give us how to strengthen his movement for next 10,000 years. In this 10,000 years, we may be putting 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, we don't know. But nevertheless, a prayer can be there where as long as we are in this body, some service to Srila Prabhupada could be continuously done and make our life successful. So just yesterday, we had this Independence Day. Even temples were hoisting the flag. But Srila Prabhupada was talking about the flag of United Nations, of the spiritual world, where there is only one flag. Well, it is necessary to protect one country where we are born. But the country we are born in is talking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, where entire world has to be cared, to be brought under the flag of Lord Chaitanya's. So naturally, our independence to a particular place, our independence totally depends on how to get out of these material miseries. So in the Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada explains in the purports about 4th canto, 9th chapter, 35th verse, about Dhruva Maharaj, how he is thinking. It says, Swarajyam yachato modhyam manobi bhikshito bhata Ishwarat kshine punyena phalik karan iva dhanavaha. Dhanaha. That means he is talking about because of my state of complete foolishness. Now, please register who is speaking this. Is Dhruva Maharaj. Look at his way of correcting himself or assessing himself where he was and what he was thinking. Krishna consciousness is all about this, is very, very important. Every time and again, we should think about, are we in the right path? Are we going in the right direction? Are we in the right association? Are we in the right mood? All this is very, very important. So here, translation says, because of my state of complete foolishness and paucity of pious activity, although Lord offered me his personal service, I wanted material name and fame and prosperity. My case is just like that of a poor man who, and when he satisfied a great emperor who wanted to give him anything, he might ask, out of ignorance, asked only a few broken grains of husk rice. Well, all of us are in this state of mind where we are guided by our spiritual master. What exactly we should ask Krishna in our progress of devotional service? So this sets the standards where Prabhupada is talking about Swarajyam. My dear friends, the more we think about these things, the association of a sadhu along with the Shastra, what he's speaking about, is it is an added thing. 1 + 1 is 2, like that. So today we are taking Sadhu Sangha, and also we are deliberating on the Shastra Sangha. And who is this sadhu? He is Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. There is no other word other than this. It yearns by the search for the spiritual inquisitiveness and the questions of life, ends with the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. So this is to be, the more we think about these things, the more strengthened we get. The firm faith with our parents is not disturbed by the child when it starts growing, right? In the same way, we have taken birth at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada's door, these feet. So we have nothing to worry. But the conviction in our heart takes time to, the more we think about, the more we associate, the more we talk about him, and his instructions matters a lot. Just going further, how we can continue to his prayers, that actually completes the process of what we are, how we should be. So in this word, Srila Prabhupada purport, he says, Swarajyam, which means complete independence. He is very insignificant. A conditioned soul does not know the complete independence, what it is. Complete independence means situation in one's own constitutional position. Suppose we are in constitutional position thinking, but how much we are thinking we are in an independent house? Are we independent of our job? If you look at all these things, everything is roll call related, and the constitutional positions defines us that we were never independent. Then it also goes to the law of karma. You plan something, something else happens. So it's a kind of an illusion if you think we are in independence. That's why he's talking about complete independence means situations once constitution, we have no obligation, do what we want. So the real independence of living entity, who is a part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead, is to remain always dependent on the Supreme Lord. What a definition Srila Prabhupada is giving. Understand, which is a reality. He says, completely dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead is independent, he says. And what example he gives you? He gives an analogy, a child, just like a child who plays complete independence, guided by his parents, who watches over him. All of us have experienced this, right? You are going to the airport, you are in the park with your children, and the children are playing around us, and they are watching every time, okay, parents are sitting. So how much of analytical Srila Prabhupada is giving, and so easy to understand. So here he is talking about, we are under guidance of Guru, and Krishna. So, yes, we can be independent in that frame, but that Supreme Lord is taking care of us. So, the independence of the conditioned soul does not mean to fight the obstacles offered by Maya, but to surrender to Krishna. Another highlight point he is making is every day we are coming across some difficulties in life. Okay, we'll overcome that. Then we think, okay, this is done. Now I become independent. But the next thing is ready. All right. Throughout our life, you take a microscopic view and see in which part of your life you are independent. You have money in your pocket, are you independent? Somebody can steal it. You have position in the society, are you independent? Also, somebody is watching you, how you are going to do, what you are going to do. So in any position what we are in this world is we are not independent at all. We are dependent on the institutions or the circumstances or other. So it's all there. But he says to surrender to Krishna. So these obstacles keep coming and going. Don't bother, but still depend on Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada continuing, he says in this material world, everyone is trying to become completely independent simply by fighting against obstacles offered by Maya. This is called struggle for existence. Real independence is to reinstate ourselves in the service of the Lord. Prabhupada continues, he says, anyone who goes to Vaikuntha planet or Gunoka planet is freely offering his service to the Lord. So the definition of independence is to serve Krishna the way we are offering in the spiritual world. That means we become free, we go there, we offer our thought base of, okay, let me offer flower to Krishna. There is a freedom there. You want to dress Krishna, you want to offer him bhoga. So there is a freedom there. That's what you want. That is the freedom what here you're looking at. What Prabhupada is. So on contrary to this material world lordship, which we wrongly take to be independence, many political leaders have tried to establish independence, but that so-called independence, the people dependence has only increased. So yesterday we celebrated 76th year. People celebrated. What we celebrated, we got one more day holiday, we could serve Krishna better. Maybe we thought in that way, we did. But nevertheless, we are part of society. We have to respect that. Let us respect it. But our thought process in the mind is, yes, real independence is getting out of this miserable position. So the living entity cannot be happy trying to be independent in this material world. One has to therefore surrender onto the lotus feet of the Lord, engage in his original service, that is eternal service. Now Dhruv Maharaj regrets that what he wanted, material opulence and greater prosperity than his great grandfather Lord Brahma. He's begging from the lords like a poor man asking a great emperor a few grains of broken rice. The conclusion is that anyone who is engaged in loving service of the Lord should never ask for material prosperity from the Lord. Avoiding material prosperity simply depends on stringent rules and regulations of external energy. So, so here what sets standards? The parameters Srila Prabhupada is giving you, north, east, west, all that direction you can look at. What is that you want? Pure devotees ask the Lord only for privilege of serving him. Look at this. It's a prayer which it continues. You can see Jaladuta prayers. You can set this as pure devotees praise to Lord Krishna for the privilege of serving him. This is our real independence. If you want to ask anything else, it says it's misfortune. So the summum bonum of independence is nothing but a prayer of consistent prayer to their Guru, to Krishna, that give me an opportunity to serve you, which will relieve us, which is the real independence. So that is the thumb rule. That is the tagline today, which we will continue how to go about with the Jaladuta prayers. Now, Jaladuta prayers are prayers where Srila Prabhupada is also looking at a prayer to Krishna, how he can fulfill the desires of his spiritual master. So he's setting again the standards that as a disciple, what could be our prayer along with the other prayers what we have, which is predominantly, this could be in the side, but as we grow in spiritual life, whether it will come to the center of our life, that is important. Yeah, it could be in left, right, different direction, but gradually it has to come to the center of our heart that I don't want anything else other than the service to the Supreme Lord. Yeah, we have the duties to perform our duty. We have taken a birth as a woman, as a husband, as a father, as a mother. So many things are there. Fine, let us fulfill that. Yeah, that's a natural thing. Even if somebody don't ask you, still you will do it. But here is something which you are looking at, which is above the material platform, which is above the mundane activities, which will give us that independence. Now, Srila Prabhupada's prayer, what is it he is talking about? His prayers are nothing but devotional confidence in the mission which he is going to undertake on the behalf of spiritual master. Now, the position Srila Prabhupada was sitting in the Jaladuta, he's sitting and praying. What is that he's praying? So, what is that he is looking for? So, it clearly says his devotional confidence. So, any work we are doing to the house, to the country, to the any activity what we do, we are looking at, okay, that mission, that goal, how we are going to go, what is the journey, whom I should approach. So there's so many things of deliberation. We can't just blindly do anything like that. We can't go with a lottery ticket and say, okay, today let me see what happens. No, it is well planned. Srila Prabhupada's journey of 35, 40 years of his instruction of Guru was a mission. The day his spiritual master gave him. So it was a constant thing which was there in his heart. But nevertheless, he was performing his duties, responsible duties, and gradually he was getting out of it. So here it is, he's talking about undertaken on the behalf of his spiritual master, which is Ashraya Vigraha. Later on we'll understand what is Ashraya Vigraha. So in this prayer, what is he talking about? We find the essence of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. The prayer which he has gone through, which he's praying, he's gone through. I'm just giving a prelude to this. So, complete Gaudiya Vaishnavism, what is it it's going to talk about? That's there. So, in this prayer, Srila Prabhupada, we find the Gaudiya Vaishnava. So, there is a Vaishnavism, there is Sri Vaishnavism, so many things, different parampara is there. They have certain tagline, they have certain way of thinking, there are certain goals, so they're going in that direction. So the essence is important of all the parampara. So here, Srila Prabhupada's prayer itself is coming up to the essence of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. My God, everything is capitalized in one aspect. So everyone is trying to please Krishna. So Prabhupada explains, everyone is trying to please Krishna, and Krishna is trying to please Radha. This is the Gaudiya Vaishnavism's essence. So Prabhupada was very much well aware of this, and he pointing out to Krishna so sweetly. He says in the first, he got this attention, and thus Krishna bestowed the power to execute his Guru's order, his Gurudev's order. Not in no small way. He had to establish a worldwide movement, and Prabhupada's personal request was no doubt fulfilled as well. So on today's date, if you see Jaladuta, what he was praying for Krishna to fulfill his Guru's mission, and what he is telling to Krishna, this is very dear to Radharani. See how he is looking at this. Is the Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara's way of putting things across, and it is fulfilled. So today, if you see the flashback of the 50 years of Srila Prabhupada in his life, was everything so perfectly what he visioned, that has manifested today, right? So When a devotee of such Prabhupada prays to Krishna to give mercy to the fallen souls, Krishna actually readily does. That's the Pratyaksha Praman. You have everything there in front of you. He does is to please this devotee. Again, Srila Prabhupada quotes from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 87th chapter, 14th verse, prayers of Vedas. Srila Prabhupada is quoting that prayers of Vedas. What is that? The prayer, the Vedas themselves, they are praying. What is that they are praying? The fallen souls are under control of Maya. And Maya is under your control. They are telling Krishna, Maya is under your control. Therefore, if you show mercy, if you show them mercy, they can be released from the control of Maya. We pray that you kindly do so. The Vedas themselves are praying like this. What an extraordinary correlation Srila Prabhupada is giving, you see. Vedas themselves, we have to study Vedas to understand Krishna. And from the Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, it is said that from Vedas I am to be known. And that's why people don't misunderstand if they don't correlate properly, they misunderstand what exactly the Veda. Veda is that. Now, according to the Bhagavatam here, the Vedas themselves are praying, my dear Lord, many people read our books, read things, but they don't come to the ultimate destination, what Krishna wants. Therefore, this is the pramana. Even by the Vedas themselves, they are praying to Krishna. Baba, you are the master of Maya. If you show mercy, then Maya will release. Is it not a wonderful understanding what we get from Srila Prabhupada? He was like a perfect lawyer. Prabhupada was establishing the Siddhanta so nicely. It was so sweet and so much touching to the heart that Srila Prabhupada, the way he explains. Again, he continuously quotes summoning the same prayers from Sridhar Swami. He says, Jaya Jaya Jite Jaha Anga Jangama Vritim Ajam Upanita Mrishu Gunam Nahi Bhavantam Rute Prabhuvanti Ami Nigama Gita Gunar Mata Dhava. That means all glories to you, O unconquerable one. Please defeat the influence of your eternal Maya. That means Krishna has the power. His eternal Maya is conquering. We are under her shelter. So he is telling that who covers all moving and unmoving creatures and who rules over the modes of illusion. Without your influence, all the Vedic mantras would be powerless to sing of you as a ocean of transcendental quality. So you have pramanas after pramanas establishing the fact that Maya, can be overcome by Krishna's mercy. And if Krishna has to give mercy, Radharani has to be pleased. If Radharani is pleased, then Krishna gets obligated. I am Bhakta Paradina, I am soul. So look at such a wonderful prayer of Srila Prabhupada and correlating with the Vedas, what they are praying. So these are all the vitamins of when we take it up through our mind, it actually strengthens our heart in the Shastra Praman, in Krishna, and whatever we are doing, it establishes, what you call, it cements our thought process in this journey of Krishna consciousness. So the goal has to be established, the roadmap has to be established there, and we have to know, just like a car driving, destination is known. We have to make sure we are going the right direction. So in this travel journey from this world of Mrityalam to the spiritual world, so if you don't have the proper education of license, how to drive, where to stop, where to ask, so our life will be going on. Again, same thing if you look at another great Vaishnava, Vasudeva Datta. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so impressed with him. Vasudeva Datta prayed. He said, let all sinful reactions of all living entities of the entire universe fall upon me. Who can tell this? I cannot even share any difficulties even of our own people around. It could be at a cost. Maybe I would give one kidney, other I won't give. Look at so many things are there. How much ever we love, I don't think people can sacrifice that kind of way. Maybe they are in illusions. So let all the sinful reactions of living entities, the entire universe, fall upon me. And Lord Chaitanya became, when he heard this, Lord Chaitanya became overwhelmed with love of Vasudeva Datta and began to tremble and weep out of affection for him. So what difference is there of Srila Prabhupada? He took up this mission of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur to propagate this this mission of the holy name entire world. What difference is there from Vasudeva Devata praying, right? So here he has done the same thing. Prabhupada went to different places. They were all in sinful, unknowingly doing so many things. Gradually, Srila Prabhupada removed all that and then make them exalted devotees, where you and me also are recipient of this. One sloka after one sloka after other, it emphasizes the fact what a great Vaishnava Srila Prabhupada was. What a great Vaishnava, how he adhered to his spiritual master, the parampara. So everything is so systematically given to us. It is for us, he has to just follow in that direction. Just holding the dhoti of the Vaishnavas, of the devotees in the parampara, we can attain. But that is only possible if our convictions become stronger. And we know our only dependency is only on this Vaishnava. Then only we can go back. So when last time you had discussed this particular sloka, the first one, I just go through that and we'll go to the second one. Krishna tava punya habe bhai. Ye punya karibe jabe radha rani kushbe habe. Dhruva ati boli tume thai. So here, what is he telling? My dear friend Krishna, good fortune will befall on you. Srimati Radharani will be pleased with you when you perform supremely virtuous act. This I declare to you with utter conviction. So look at the spirit of Srila Prabhupada. He wants to fulfill the mission of his spiritual master. And he knows Krishna can do it. But if Krishna has to do it, he has to have full confidence that I'm eligible. If Radharani is pleased means why he will not do? So the first sloka emphasizes on how Srimati Radharani and the Guru Parampara is very, very important for us. So when we please Prabhupada in his mission, Krishna is pleased. So your destination is fixed up and no way of changing. Is it not? So now we go into the second sloka, which we are supposed to discuss today, is Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Sachisuta Priti Krishna Sevaya Jara Tula Nai Se Mohanta Guru Jagatere Madhe Uru Krishna Bhakti De Thai Thai. So the second one, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, who is very dear to Lord Gauranga. Look at this. The son of Mother Sachi is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is glorifying the spiritual master Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. One step is that he is very dear to Gauranga. Then he is son of Mother Sachi. Who is Gauranga? Is Mother Sachi. And he is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Personality of God. He is that great spiritual master who bestows the intense devotion to Krishna at different places throughout the world. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur never went out of India, right? But his message has gone all over the world. How many disciples went? He requested many of his people to go. So it is not necessary when we say Jagat Guru that he has to travel all over the world to be a Jagat Guru. He can be in one place, the message goes everywhere, automatically becomes Jagat Guru. That's what was Shankaracharya, that's what is Madhvacharya, that is what is Ramanuja, Nimba, all these people, they were sitting in one place. And what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? Prithvi Chache Nagaradigram. He just said that all my name will spread all over the world. Whether he does or whether he inspires somebody to do, what difference it makes? Whether the son does or the father does. So this is how we understand properly the tattva of Guru Siddhanta and our implicit faith in Guru, Parampara, these are all establishing here. And this prayer, the second prayer, is that Srila Prabhupada is glorifying that spiritual master whom he got few instructions and how much time he spent with him, but he became his Ashraya Guru, Ashraya Data. So, if you look at the conclusion of what is final instruction of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, to analyze this from this particular sloka, what did he say, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur? He is talking about 1936, December 23rd, precise date it is, where he gave his disciples the final instruction. He says, may all of you work united and in harmony towards the same goal. That means to say, today we are all sitting here. Our goal should be how Srila Prabhupada to fulfill his desires. And our goal in ICC, we are all part of this. So all of us should sit together. What the goal should be of ICC should be? Is it not? It should be fulfilling the desires of Prabhupada. If it is not fulfilling, then we are not doing justice. Is it not? So Prabhupada gave 7 commandments. So all the 7 commandments we have to fulfill. Just like yesterday you had a kirtan in the temple. So many children were practicing, were singing. Wow, it was out of the world. It was vibrating the whole temple. So it's a part of our curriculum. So here the talk, may all your work united in harmony. Harmony the word. My dear friends, all these words, please put it in your heart. Harmony, goal. All these are very important, because if this is not there, there will be distortion. Vaishnava etiquette has to be formed, practiced in such a way that our difference of opinion should be who can do much better service to Krishna, not to bring anybody down. Not that I am better than you. So this is everything Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is giving his final instructions. A person gives final instructions to his people, or says, I got this much property, my children, this is to be done, that is to be done, so many things. Yes, our spiritual master also had. His goal was to establish Rupa Goswami's flow of thoughts to the entire world. So what did he say? Same goal, to earn the right to serve the root R. Which is the root? Ashraya Vigraha. Here Ashraya Vigraha is referring to Srila Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami is maybe never under any circumstances become indifferent to the 7-tongued sacrificial flame of the holy name. Actually, this 7-tongued sacrificial flame of the holy name actually is from Vishnu Sahasranam. It is there that what exactly is this sacrificial name? 7-tongued. I'll give you that. So if our attraction to it remains ever increasing, we will achieve all the perfection. So here what is Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is talking about? That you have to fulfill the desires of his spiritual master. That is Rupa Goswami. And he has given how it should spread, the holy name. So if our attraction to it remains ever increasing, that means we are in perfection. Remind one-pointed faithfulness to Srila Rupa Goswami followers, with you and me are a part of it, and preach Rupa Raghunath's message enthusiastically and fearlessly. So this is the summum bonum of Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur instructing all his disciples, including Srila Prabhupada. So according to Vishnu Sahasranam, this is particular what is called as Om Sapta Jivya Namaha. That means 7-tongued. That means there are 7 types of tongues, got different meaning and a particular act with that. So here, tongue of fire, it is the late sense that the interpreters have explained that Nama. The more we think about the Nama Chintamani, that Agni will burn everybody's material desires. The more people chant Hare Krishna mantra, the more people are associating with this holy name, everything will burn down. That's why he's talking about tongue of fire. So the tongue can be used in such a way that the holy name spreads, you hear. So this is what is there explained in the Vishnu Sahasranam, the meaning of. So it refers to Nama. So when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was continuously speaking about his last few days, he said, I have disturbed by many people. I have disturbed many people. See, look at his humility. Look at his way of putting things in front of everybody, his own disciples. I will not shame myself. I'll always protect myself. So we have a duplicity in our way of life. We have hypocrisy. All these things are there. What we do, we don't speak. What we speak, we don't do. So many things are there. So that is for each one of us have to look at this. So here he is talking about, I have disturbed many people because I felt obligated to speak truth, the unadulterated truth, he says. I have told everyone to worship Hari without hypocrisy. And because some of the people have perhaps considered me as their enemy. So I have caused many people anxiety by telling them to give up their desires, to give up hypocrisy. Suppose something we start telling even devotees for that matter, they will be, if they are not properly placed in the mind, then they may get upset. So even if it is a correct thing, but here in Acharya is speaking of that cadre, that their desires, hypocrisy, and only serve sincere. So sincerely serve Krishna. So someday they will be able to understand what I was getting at. So Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur has not lost hope on the people who might have criticized him, might have not accepted. So that is the truth today, that Srila Prabhupada's, the mission is bringing so many people. At that time of Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur, somebody who was with him might have taken birth now in ISKCON or somewhere, who is going forward. That is what he is talking about. Someday they will be able to understand. It can be some life. So this is the conviction of the spiritual master who says that I made mistakes, but for serving the his spiritual master's truth, that is the Rupa Goswami. So in Krishna conscious program at that time and now, we have to be careful that it is not all the time we can speak this way, but we have to make sure Kala Patra and see how we are able to communicate with the present day situation, how Prabhupada did. He was among the people who are most intelligent people, but still they were living like a beggarly positions. How the hippies, how they were. So Srila Prabhupada was very careful. He was only insinuating them to talk Harinam, giving them gulab jamuns, giving them prasad. That is the purpose of our temples. It is how to see that they are enriched through the mind, enriched through the tongue, enriched through the ears. Nice sankirtan in the temple, nice class in the temple, nice prasadam cooked. So now he says, all of you please preach the message of Rupa Ruganagata with great enthusiasm. So again, one more word for our heart is anything what we do in Krishna consciousness has to have this enthusiasm. So the ultimate object of our desire is to become specks of the dust. Again, he is establishing the fact, Baba, we are down to earth. Sometimes in our progress of devotional service, somewhere aham also goes along with it. So he's puncturing that ahankara and telling you, please preach with enthusiasm, but don't get puffed up. Because this all goes along with sometimes lobha pratishtha position. It makes everybody. So at the lotus feet of the followers of Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami, the other people are going to come in this direction. Srila Prabhupada is coming in the same parampara. So all of us have Rupa Goswami followers. Now he uses the word remain united in following the Ashriya Vigraha in order to satisfy the transcendental sense of the one, non-dual supreme truth. Again, whom should we take shelter of? that Ashraya, Vigraha, that is the spiritual master. Make your way through this impermanent transitory life. Look at each word, impermanent transitory life. That means we are moving. Nothing is permanent. We are in the journey. Life in whatever way you can. Keep the goal of worshipping the Lord in the forefront. So any work we do, if you don't have a goal, then we may not reach at all. So we have been practicing all this in the material aspect. The spiritual aspect also, where this is very important about the instructions of Ashraya Guru, how we have to go on along with our life. So in this, he's talking about don't abandon this goal because there are going to be troubles. Even you will face hundreds of dangers, insults, and persecutions. It's happening all over the world. You've seen in Russia at that time, they never allowed Prabhupada to go out of the Russia, the place, and they didn't allow him. What about his disciples? Even today, so many people are suffering. Recently in Bangladesh, we had so much of problem. So this is continually going. Nobody is running away from there, but still they are facing it, right? So he says, don't abandon this goal. That means some devotees in ISKCON, they have fixed it up. Okay, this is what it is. Whatever happens, they are not living. They are contributing. It's not that, it's not there. But when we see such people, we also get encouraged. Wow, it is there. So in any activity of our spiritual growth, when you take up in your mind, let me do this to Srila Prabhupada, there could be some difficulty, but we are going in that direction. Don't lose the spirit. If you see majority of the people cannot accept, okay, maybe preaching many times, we have so many programs in the temple happening. We are taking everybody's name, right? And maybe 100 registers, but hardly 10 turn up. But we should not lose the faith. He's talking about does not matter. Majority of the people cannot accept principles of selfless service to Krishna. Never abandon your bhajan, hearing, chanting Krishna Kada. See, look at this. All these aspects, Sadhu Sangha, Shastra Sangha, Kirtan Sangha, and Dhamma Sangha, Krishna Katha, by all and all, enter your life. In your end all your devotional life in that way. Please always chant the name of Lord, being humbler than a blade of grass and more tolerant than tree. So if at all today, if you're all sitting today and analyzing, am I really becoming humble? Am I be really becoming tolerant? Yeah, you can look at this. When a child kicks you, you are tolerant, you have patience. But if somebody else kicks you, you will not hit back. So you can see it's a selective tolerance. It could be selective patience, or it should be selective humbleness. So in general, in principle, Krishna consciousness is all about natural thing, not an unnatural thing. So in Maya, we may be humble. In Maya, we may be tolerant. But that's not the reality. The reality is the truth that Maya is illusion. Is it not? So we have to look at all these aspects and, build this strength in our heart, conviction. I have to go in that direction. Yeah, when going is, you will have a lot of impediment. It's not going to be easy. Every temple was built by Prabhupada. It was tons of blood was there. What not Prabhupada did, what not his disciples not taught. We are also trying to do many things. But we are all doing just to please Srila Prabhupada. Let that focus be there. It is not to please some one individual. No, it is to please the Guru Parampara. It is to please our present spiritual master. He has given the commandments. Every disciple of his is looking at that. So now he goes, he continues. He says, we do not seek to become heroes performing great works. Let Prabhupada is our hero. We don't know how to be a hero. So he's talking about, let Rupa Goswami be the hero. Let Lord Chaitanya be the hero. We are just be the speck of that. Like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling the same. Srila Prabhupada is telling the same. Our spiritual masters are telling the same. So why are we exempted from it? So we also have to follow. So now he goes to say, at the lotus feet of Rupa and Anuga, life after life. He says, let our true being, our identity is to be the dust, speck of the dust at the lotus feet of Rupa, life after life, he says. The stream which flows from Bhaktivinoda Thakur will never be dammed up. That means no dam can stop it. It will go. So remembering this, and vow to be double your efforts. He is talking about double your efforts to please the fulfilled desires of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Look at this. Prabhupada is praying to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. In that prayers is going to Rupanuga. So amongst you're all are capable, all worthy. We have nothing. We seek nothing for ourselves. But our motto is, he quotes from this Raghunath Das Goswami's thing, Adadanas Tranam Dhanter Idam Yache Puna Puna Srimad Rupa Padam Buje Dhulihi Syama Janma Janmani. He's telling, taking the grass between my teeth, and I pray repeatedly that I may become a speck of dust at the Rupa Goswami lotus feet, birth after life. This is Raghunath Das Goswami, Mukta Charita. It is there. This quote is there. So he's quoting that. So you can see the emphasis of the implicit faith between each parampara guru, and that is established here. And that's fulfilled by Srila Prabhupada. We can see because we have not seen all these people, but we have seen Prabhupada through his books, through his audios, through his videos, everything, and also the disciples. So we can know everything what Srila Prabhupada was doing was just nothing but to fulfill desires of his spiritual master and the parampara. So he continues, he goes further. While living in this world, we encounter many difficulties, but there is no need for us to be bewildered. It will go on. It will come, it will go. How many of us have not gone through many exams, many difficulties? It's going on. It's a continuous process. But that we are not sitting here and crying. What's happened? We go on. No need. We should make an effort to remove that. What is the necessary for us while we are still here is to learn that we remain after what we have removed all these difficulties, and it will continue in the next life. So our life has to get over it. Okay, your life, whatever is there, let's finish it and move on with the next. So the next one is already planned. So whether you like it or not, difficulties will come, happiness will come. Now how you will deal with it and how much you will carry all throughout your life is very, very important. You have to let it go. Fine. Even if you don't want to let it go, it will leave you. So the more we distance ourselves for Krishna's load of faith, the more we will draw towards Maya. If you want Krishna, then we should work towards how to get away from Maya. So Maya is various ways, but the process is already there. And one process is Sadhu Sangha. Have implicit faith with the Sadhu Sangha, see how it works for us. We can only begin to comprehend the executive taste of Krishna's feet after transcending these worldly attractions and repulsions. The more we get fatigued by the material world, the more problems come, and slowly we start rejecting this world and getting attracted towards the spirituality, towards the holy name, and that's the end of our goal. So the doctrine of this Krishna Bhakti, it may appear to be difficult in the beginning, but nevertheless, just remember, the first time when you start chanting one round, and the devotee comes and tells you, Prabhuji, you have to chant 16 rounds. My God, the whole world fell on our head. But today, if you ask each one of you 16 rounds, oh, chalta hai, 16 rounds. Prabhuji, I get up in the morning, I finish my 16 rounds. Nobody's complaining. So it's just nothing but abhyasa. So the more we practice, the more slowly, in the same way, when you are getting attracted to holy name, slowly we should also see that we don't get distracted by other things. Right? There is a duty, there is a desire. Both are different. Desire we have to desire something which is helpful to me, helpful to our family, helpful to society. So these desires can be deluding, So desire for Krishna Bhakti, desire for chanting more, desire to associate devotees, that is wanted. Knowingly or unknowingly, every human being is struggling to elevate. So all these things, they are finding it. Some way or the other, they are coming out. But Krishna consciousness is the only solution. Our only obligation today, what he's talking is, our only obligation is to go beyond duality, enter the world of eternal fulfillment. So here, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur is telling us what is our obligation. We are obligated to the situation around us. Are we obligated to this country? Are we obligated to our family? Are we obligated to this society? Even if you are obligated, if you are not fulfilling it, what's the use? That is why it says that our only obligation is to go beyond duality. So let us not get duty confused with obligation. Duty we have to perform. Yes. But that duty is limited. It is in a framework. That duty cannot be expanded as in the spiritual world. That's why he says our only obligation is to go beyond duality and to enter the world of eternal fulfillment. So we have no attachment for anyone in this world, nor any hostility. Whatever arrangements we make in this world, it's a last moment while we have to change, while the need to search out supreme fulfillment is equally unavoidable for it. So somewhere or other we may have to come to the spiritual level, because he frustrates. We will go to different temples. When Corona came, how many people have started chanting? How many people were going to the temples nearby? They were making their house also a temple, because everybody was, that death was in any side. A family could not live in the same house. They were in different rooms. What a situation. We have another Pratyaksha Praman we all suffered. Husband had done, wife cannot go. She has to go and keep the dabba there. Have you not seen all this? That all clearly establishes the fact is how much sensitive this world is. So this is, the more we realize, meditate on the problems of life and the suffering we do, at the same time we think, what is the solution? So solution is, he says, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur says, may all of you work united in harmony toward the same goal, to earn the right to serve the Ashraya Vigraha. What exactly Ashraya Vigraha means? A steady devotee. A steady devotee, like Srila Prabhupada. He is Ashraya Vigraha for us. Or he is the manifestation of the form of Lord, whom one can take shelter. Right? So for us, Ashraya Vigraha is Srila Prabhupada, because we can go relate with him. Then so Krishna takes the position of Guru and he becomes Ashraya Vigraha. So the position he is described, the current ideas propagated by Rupa Goswami is talking about, is that this holy name should be flowing throughout the world. May we never under any circumstances become, again he emphasizes, indifferent towards the seven-tongued sacrificial flame of the holy name. So in our attraction to the holy name remains ever increasing, we will achieve perfection. Remaining 1 point faithful to Rupa Goswami followers, preach Rupa Raghunatha message enthusiastically and fearlessly. So this is the Saman Bonam which I wanted to share with you in that particular sloka. You can see the line of why I took up Bhakti Thakur, because Srila Prabhupada is glorifying him. And what best could be for us to discuss what exactly Bhakti Thakur is giving his instructions. So looking at what instructions he gave, and looking at what Srila Prabhupada has taken those instructions, was there any kind of thing which was Srila Prabhupada was thinking, oh, it will not happen, that will not happen? Nothing all that. So he was a steady devotee. He was so stable that At all point of time, that meditation was always there. Yes, I have to go to America. I have to go and preach. So in that endeavor, how much of difficulties he came, how many times he had come to Moraji, Srimati Moraji Bai, where she was, Maharaj, Swamiji, you're old, how can you go? But Srila Prabhupada, no. In the same way, little steps what we take in our devotional service with, with firm faith, certainly will yield us that result. So many, today ISKCON is growing, so much all over the world, and especially in India. That means some devotees are taking that, onto their head, onto their responsibility. Yes, I want to fulfill this. And when he is doing it, so many people join. So it is like Father. So the mission of Srila Prabhupada is that we become one speck. We are taking this forward. So every center, every branch of ISKCON is perfectly should be following this. And every member of that society should be doing this, expanding. So for us, for that reason, these branches have come up, temples have come up, an opportunity to bring more people to the temple becoming necessary. And when they come, you treat them nicely and they become devotees. Tomorrow you are gone, they will make more devotees. So in this way, it is, you can go on and make your life success. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there were few questions. One asked by Bhakti Thakur. Maybe I will do it some other time, or someone of you can do it, because that much time I don't have, because he was asked these questions. These 8 questions are so wonderful for us. And I just give you the first, just to give you the little taste of what can be discussed. Is the first question was asked to Bhakti Thakur. Is it necessary to be in association of the saintly person? Sadhu Sangha at all times, he said. So let us go and make sure for that. Lord Chaitanya is already told about Sadhu Sangha. So let's make our life success, and a great opportunity lies ahead in the coming months. The temple is going to open. Each one of us is as important as every one of us for Srila Prabhupada. So don't ever think you are secondary, you are third or fourth, fifth. No, all of us are going in the same direction. Some people have responsibilities. Some people have preaching responsibilities. Some people have cleaning responsibility. Some people have cooking responsibility. If you look at that, everybody is engaged. Nobody is above, nobody is below. So everybody is serving Prabhupada. Don't ever underestimate yourself. Take one step forward, and every day pray to Krishna this prayer, so that we will, as much as possible, we will help Srila Prabhupada expand this movement as much as possible around our temple, and thereby make our life successful. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for very nice reflection on the mood of Srila Prabhupada and his mood towards the instructions of his guru, his Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing your thoughts. I have unmuted the lines of the devotees. Maybe we can take 1 or 2 reflections or comments or questions.
How much time do you have?
Maybe we can add another 5 minutes, Prabhuji. We are just 8:15. Maybe we can go up to 8:20, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Devotees, may please unmute your line and share your comments or questions.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Dandavat Ram.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Our auditor, very important to ICC.
Yes, Prabhu. Setting a mood for serving Guru, the mood of Srila Prabhupada. That's a mood. Definitely, I should imbibe in my life. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for it.
Gaurchandra Gopinath Prabhu wanted to say something.
Yeah, Hare Krishna
Tell me.
Prabhu, thank you so much. As usual, thanks for the wonderful instruction. I liked how you connected the Independence Day with independence of our soul. That's very nice. As well as the Sadhu Sangha, we initially started with Sadhu Sangha, how important it is. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Who can be a better sadhu than you, distributing so many Bhagavatam sets? We will all hold your dhoti. More reflections?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavad Pranams.
Yes,
Exactly.
Ravi Luchan, Prabhuji.
Thank you for sharing your views on what real independence means and what we need to do from our side. I mean, how we have to perform our duty and what is the supreme, the most important duty also. Thank you so much. Thank you for enlightening us.
Hari Hari.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I think the analogy you gave from Prabhupada's quote, like how the child is independent when he or she is completely dependent on the parents, and when they are playing around here and there. That's such a simple example, but explains a very high philosophy. I think that's a very nice one, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yes.
The more dependent we are, I think the more independent we will be.
Yes, that is what it is. Yes. Some chat is there. What is that?
1 minute, Prabhuji, I'll read it out. It is from Dr. Saraswati Mataji. Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam, Prabhuji. Thanks for the wonderful teaching.
Okay, fine. Anybody else? Our lawyer sub will say something. Dayamai Prabhu, want to share something?
Prabhuji, we cannot hear you, Prabhu. Prabhuji, your voice is not clear, Prabhu. We are not able to hear you.
Network issues, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, Prabhuji. It is very inspiring, Prabhuji, and it's also touching my heart to improve in various services, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. All right. Thank you all very much. Please continue your services. A lot of challenges will be coming in the month together. Their lordships are going to expand themselves. So more opportunities for seva, like Gaurchandra Gopinath recently showed me last Sunday, how so many devotees, Matajis were learning stitching for the deities. He had a training program. So this is what is life all about. If you can engage people in Krishna's service some way or the other, more and more people come. To just give you what my understanding is, the capacity of our temple with putting 5 to 6 halls, you can add you can have 5 to 6 programs simultaneously in different places. So it almost amount to 1,500 people, So 1,500 people, they are benefited in so many ways. So many halls you have. So each one of you should be very eager which hall you want to occupy, how many devotees will come. Every speck in the place should be, encouraged. Before temple opens, you have so many services coming up. What happens when more people come to the temple daily to see the Lord? All this time, you are going out and preaching, but now the deities, when they expand, they are going to preach. More people will come to your door. So they come to your door, please you keep your door open. So I don't think you all disagree with me, because a great opportunity in life for all of us. And we have to make success of the money what we have collected for Srila Prabhupada. And this center is our center where Prabhupada has given. Let us own it up in that way and make every jiva who come to the temple, make his life success. Yeah, karo paropakar. That's what Lord Chaitanya said. So I'll get back to you again whenever our Prabhu Sankarshan Prabhu give me a chance. I'll be taking your association. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Okay, Prabhuji?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. I think Prasannatma Balaram Prabhu wants to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhu. In fact, as always, very inspiring, and then very wonderfully realignment with Srila Prabhupada is something that touches everyone's heart, even though we know we have to do, but then hearing from you, it really motivates and then inspires us. So thank you so much, Prabhu. And I was about to say that we should have your sessions more often, but then yes, that's up to Shankarshan Prabhu. So thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. We will end today's session with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, devotees. I will be ending today's session. We will meet again tomorrow morning. Krishna. Hare Krishna.